All right, what's up, everybody? So today I thought I'd just take you through this new tool that I discovered called FreeWrite, and I'm going to see if I can bring it up here. All right, this is FreeWrite. I first heard about this on Twitter, and I thought it was super fascinating because it's one of those minimalist type of apps, but it's something that has solved a personal problem for the creator. And I think, first off, this is one of the best ways to create a product that people love. You essentially create a product for yourself. Because if you can find yourself using your own tool every single day, it's just going to become something just as sticky for other people, right? Because you start to see the problems in the workflow that work for you or don't work for you. And so this particular app is super simple. And I think that's what I love about it. It was a super simple video that was on Twitter. It's a super simple website. There's no fluff. There's no marketing jargon. Very clear call to action to download. And then this is the app itself. So let's just open up a new entry so you can see. And this is all there is to it. You just start typing. There's a 15-minute timer. So if you click this, it will essentially start the timer. And then the idea is after 15 minutes of just straight writing, you then use this button, which is chat. And it's good because it says, please free write for a minimum of 5 minutes. Then click this, trust. So this is great. So they've already got guardrails to prevent you from taking certain actions until you've actually done the thing. You can go into full screen mode or not. And you got a dark mode or a light mode. Over here is the history. Okay. And I've already created an entry. This is a morning entry. So I've already been writing in Notion, right? But I wanted to experience what this would be like, and I loved it. And so here I just started analyzing. I just started writing about what came to my head first. So I had a dream last night, decided to write about it, then also looked about things from the previous day that I was talking about, that I was researching, and I just flowed from there. So it was a really useful exercise, but I think what I like the most is when you hit chat. So you can see in this entry, it actually shows the options. If you hit ChatGPT or Claude, this is quite smart. It'll actually open up a new tab with a prompt at the beginning already. Okay. Now this can be edited to work with your LLM. And what I like is that it's not forcing you to use an API key for ChatGPT or Claude in the app itself. It's actually just taking you to your own LLM. And so this is actually really good because when I realized this, I was like, oh, I already have a lot of context and other entries in my ChatGPT that I could use through some prompt tweaking to make my journal entry even more powerful, right? Because context and memory is actually a big part of getting meaningful answers when it comes to our results of things in general with AI. And so it had this, but then I actually noticed that there was a certain style that it was outputting back in. And of course, that has to do with the author or creator of this app and what he prefers. So I already tweaked it. And essentially, I made some tweaks to the prompt, put my entry in, and then it actually provided me with two options up here. Let's see. Okay, it provided me two options. So you can see here, there's two options. All right, and I just chose the one that had the right formatting versus the one with the right content. And then I actually went ahead and created a new folder called Daily Journals. And so inside here, as a result of using the process of this app, I saw that this could be enhanced further if I analyze the entry and our conversation. So here, I got it to give me instructions for this folder. So now every time I use this particular app, it will take me to ChatGPT, my ChatGPT, and I will move that entry into my daily journals, which now has specific instructions for me. And that way I can get even more context, even more out of a already simple yet powerful app like FreeWrite. And this is so good that I'm probably going to put in a pull request for a Notion integration. The code for this is actually already available for everyone here, which is great. Now, I don't know if this is the ESCO project. Great. So I'm probably going to play around with this because what I would like to see, and which I will probably share a PR request for is essentially a Notion integration, right? So where there might be an option here with a Notion icon where I could just click it and it could save to Notion, my Notion automatically. Because right now I have to copy and paste. And one thing that I want to do is actually integrate with this. Now, the Focus Monitor is actually a Mac app of my own that I'm building. And this essentially monitors my usage of tools, apps on a day-to-day basis. But instead of just looking at the amount of time, it's looking at context. And it's looking at context switch rates. So up here you can see, right, focused, healthy switching patterns for productive work. Whenever I'm working on other things, it'll show which tool I'm currently active on and whether I'm focused or not based on my context switching. And the reason why I would like to have a Notion integration here is because part of the 5-3-1 rule over here, that is part of my conscious stack design framework, is that we essentially want to have, for any sort of category of work, we want 5 maximum tools, ideally, more or less, and then 3 active tools that are supporting, and then your 1 primary or anchor tool. Okay. And you can see this in action here, where you can see that there are multiple tools under each of these categories. Okay. And these typically make up stacks, right? And so a lot of people talk about stacks in general and the importance of. I created this app as a way for me to have visibility over my own tools and stacks, because I found that if I'm more consciously aware of the tools that I'm using, then I can make more informed decision about what to spend time on, if there's a new tool that I'm eyeing, or if I can integrate it into my stacks that already exist, right? So as an example, we have Notion under knowledge management. So under knowledge management, I am using Notion primarily. Previously, I was actually using a lot more tools. And the whole idea behind 5-3-1 is that if you start to exceed these slots, then it will actually show up as red on the outside here. The reason why this tool is showing up as red is because I've only opened it once. And so it doesn't know yet if it's something that wants to enter my stack for knowledge management. And so it's just monitoring, right? If I start using it a little bit more, it'll start to enter as either a supporting tool, the blue, or something that is there, but not necessarily like one of the main tools, right? And this is all about keeping cognitive space free or open when it comes to the tools that we interact with on a day-to-day basis. But for now, this is actually doing a good job of getting me the information that I need. Because you can see here, I've got some basic stats around deep work sessions, app hopping reduction. So let's see if I can go, right? So you can see there's more information here. So from a day-to-day basis, between yesterday and today, I've reduced my app hopping by about 75%. I had a deep work session of around 1 hour and 23 minutes. And my daily time savings has already been about 6 hours and 18 minutes. And essentially, I'm wanting to keep my stack health score in the green. And what we're doing is we are just monitoring the cognitive aspects in relation to our digital tool ecosystems. So yeah, that is my review for today in terms of a new tool like FreeWrite and its connection to Focus Monitor, which is an app I'm developing in the background related to helping to reduce cognitive overload in relation to your digital tools. And so if you are interested in Focus Monitor, just let me know. If not, do give freewrite.io a try, because so far I think the simplicity is really great. And I would put this under the category of conscious technology, because the creator of this app is making a very conscious, intentional choice to keep everything simple, right? And it's a very opinionated way of doing things, but it's that opinionated way that might help a lot of other people, because not everybody wants to build things from scratch. Sometimes they want to have something that's already done for them. They learn the way, they then use it a lot, they know the way, and then later on they can dissolve the way, create something of their own. She had deep wisdom from Bruce Lee. He has this saying, learn the way, know the way, dissolve the way. Okay, so I'll leave that with you for today. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments.